So, a lot of you have been asking, is DayZ worth it? Sam, is it worth buying it? I've heard a shit ton about that mod that everyone plays on Arma 2, but is the DayZ Standalone worth buying? And I'm going to tell you straight up, no, it's not. If you haven't played the DayZ mod, you would not appreciate this game as a standalone. And I'm not saying you're not going to appreciate the game. I'm not trying to be like one of those game hipsters. What I'm trying to tell you is this game isn't complete. It's not even, they say it's an alpha. This isn't even alpha shit. This is like you're kind of getting early access to the map, not really the game. And there's not a whole lot of features going on. There's only 3 weapons, like 30 zombies per server. There's really nothing going on. You're kind of, to fully grasp the potential of this game, you would need to have played the DayZ mod, because there's honestly not a lot going on here. Loot is few and far between, even though I just found a motorcycle helmet, put it on my head. Everything's pretty buggy. Spawns are scarce at best, and people are even scarcer. So really, there's not a lot. There's not a lot happening. And I think that, I mean, I'm not even overly impressed with it, except for a couple things. I can see the potential in it. This game is not fun to play at its current state. I don't get home and go busting on a DayZ Standalone and think, oh, this is gonna be a badass time. I've just played it for a couple hours to see what it's going to be. And honestly, I can see a lot of potential in this. I can tell that as updates come out, I'm going to keep my eye on that changelog. And as updates come out, I'm going to be more and more stoked. Because right now, it's not very great. But they've done a good job with what little experience they have in the gaming world. And they've come up with something that has some really good potential. It's not based solely around killing other people, because there's a lot more survival aspects to the game. Food and stuff is very important to get. Same thing with water. My guy's very concerned about his fluids. As you can see, like in the bottom left-hand corner, he's constantly bitching about a goddamn drink. And they put a lot of effort into making the world. How do I put this? If you haven't played the mod, before it was basically an environment and there was buildings, but the buildings, most 90% of them you couldn't go into. And the ones that you could go into were death traps. You would walk in, there was only one entrance, and the zombies, when they came in, they were like a brick wall. You couldn't get out. And so a lot of the buildings were just, it's over. Once you went in, it's over if a zombie follows you out unless you have a gun. So now they put a lot of effort into kind of looking at the buildings and seeing the potential for firefights, seeing the potential for escaping zombies, stuff like that. And it's made the environment really, really fucking awesome. They filled in a lot of those open fields. There's a lot more clutter around. To this roof alone, there's 1, 2, 3 different entrances. So you can't have the typical, I'm going to get on top of the hospital roof and be invincible up here. All I have to do is watch. I can stand right here and I can see this ladder and that ladder and not get killed. Now there's this actually like indoor walkway up here. The windows are very nice. I've noticed a lot of the multi-story buildings have windows that you can shoot from, which is really fucking sweet. I'm really stoked to see, like, just if you could just wipe away the fact that this game is bare bones right now. I'm talking incredibly bare bones. This is it's been through the Holocaust kind of bare bones shit. Think about it as a complete game. This building right here, you're scrounging for food, a guy rolls up with a fucking shotgun. This building is going to be hellacious for gunfights. It is just going to be Baller Town. And a lot of these buildings, because there's so many buildings are like labyrinths inside. There's so many twists and turns, short hallways and stuff. Before, if you got a shotgun, it was like, yay, I got a useless fucking weapon. Now, there's a use for them. There was basically 2 situations where shotgun would be beneficial. It was in the school, and it was in the hospital. That's about it. And now, it's pretty much a lot of the buildings are very small rooms, especially those giant apartment buildings. Like, holy fuck. Wait, can I open this? These things have always been a pain in the ass to open. They just fling you around, break your legs, hard to fucking open. I don't know. I hope they'll do something with that. Anyways, so I think right now, if you're thinking about buying it, I wouldn't give it a try. There's so many changes going on, so many bullshit deaths that happen, so many unfinished things in the game. There's no vehicles yet. There's 3 guns. Food spawns are fucking... It's vacant. There's no food at all. This place looks like it's been picked clean by a bunch of fucking hobos. There's literally nothing to eat. And your guy's always hungry. So it's basically when you spawn, count down until you're dead. That's what it is. And, oh, I didn't know there was more barracks over here. But they've added a lot of military stuff. There's jeans on the floor. I think someone's been here. Wait. Bullets. Not seeing any other weapons though. What was I saying? I forget. I'm just saying, as a person that's played the mod a lot, you might want to, and if you've played the mod a lot, you might want to get it just to check out, just to get a head start on the, I guess, the map, which has had some drastic changes. There's also been some pretty drastic changes in, let me whip this out. There we go. Oh wait, pull it back out. Pretty big drastic changes in like the user interface, survival aspects of the game, and I see some pretty good ideas they have going on with the whole camping stove. You can get like a camping stove. You have to find kerosene, tanks, and then you have to find a cooking pot. And so when you kill something out in the wild, which there's no animals yet, but when you do kill them, you can get whatchamacallit, or you can make meat, right? Like cook it. I think that's an excellent idea. You know, self-sufficiency out in the wild, that's gonna be awesome. But at the same time, I feel like it's kind of too much. You have to gather the kerosene tanks and then the cooking stove. The cooking stove and the kerosene tanks take up a lot of space. Then you have to get the cooking pot. And then you have to kill the animal. And then you have to get the raw meat. And once you get the raw meat off the animal, I'm sure your entire backpack's filled up with shit just used to make some fucking food. It just seems like it's too much, you know? And those are kind of some of the problems that they're going to have to iron out in the future. They'll probably just make like a Coleman stove or something like that, where you can just load in gas into it whenever you find gas and throw the canister on the floor. I don't know. They'll figure something out. But if you do buy the game, just keep in mind that you're giving these dudes extra money to get extra features into the game. I mean, every time someone buys this game, they're getting development money to make this a better game. So you're funding the process. And you're going to have to be patient because these guys have hardly made anything. And you can tell Dean Hall's got a lot of pressure on him. That's the dude that made the mod, and he's making this. But so far, I think with what little time he's had, with what little experience he's had, he's made a pretty good idea. I wouldn't say it's a game. It's a pretty good idea so far. And I like the way it's going, but I would not recommend it to newcomers. I would just wait until it's ironed out, and then you guys could experience. Because I don't want you guys to like ruin yourself on this. You know what I mean? Buy DayZ and say, what the fuck's all the fuss about, and then never play it again. Give it some time. Let it get to beta or something like that, and then have at it. But I also want to tell you that there is, when you go to buy this game, they didn't pull old fucking switcheroo. I've had this done to me before, where you buy a game and they're like, oh, it's not really finished yet, fucking mudda. No, this shit was very forthcoming with the information. When you go to the Steam page, he's like, oh, big fucking banner. do not buy this. This is an alpha form. It is not even close to being finished. It's a pile of shit. It is. You are not going to like it, but if you do purchase it, you'll be giving us money to further the development of this game and make it great. We're still going to work on it. It's going to be complete in the future. It's just if you want to fund it and if you want to play it and be like a guinea pig for the game to make it better, you can buy it. And then you buy it. You open it up. First thing you see, a big error message. Every time you open the game, you get a big error message. You're playing a broken piece of shit. I just want to remind you that. It is fucking broke as shit. And yeah, there you go. Just wanted to remind you of that. If you ever go to bitch, remember this error message. And you'll remember that, oh, I'm fucking retarded. This game's not even completed yet. And it's going to be awesome. I can guarantee that. It's going to be great. It's like Minecraft, when Minecraft was in alpha form. Yeah, you just built stuff. But over time, they added all these survival features, all these great enemies, weapons, all sorts of crazy shit. They added all like the pistons and stuff. This game's going to have that. It's bare bones at the moment, but in the future, it's going to be, it's going to be a blossoming diamond of an asshole. It's going to be great. And I can't wait to fucking gun people down in apartment buildings. It's always been outside firefights. Always. Always hunting people down outside in fields. I can't wait to hear some asshole drinking from a soda can in an apartment building next to me somewhere on the upper story and just fucking stroll through that place with an 870 Remington just blasting holes through doors. It's going to be perfect. I know it. Anyways. So, I hope you guys, by the way, take this video that if you're even here still, if you're watching this, take this video for an example. I've been running through towns. How many zombies have I seen? How many items have I seen? How many survivors have I seen? It's vacant. It's just a big open empty map. Like there's nothing here. You'll find people in the starting towns, but I've gone pretty far north, so I don't expect to see anyone, and I don't think anyone's around. So, I don't care. I'm going to Zelenogorsk right now, see if I can find some gear, and then I'm going to loop up to the Northwest Airfield. And, you know, I just felt like making this because a lot of people have been asking me, Sam, is it worth getting? What's it like? It feels like a polished version of DayZ, and I know that everyone's bitched and moaned about how long it took them to make the game, and I don't think they realize how much work had to be done to make it the way it needed to be. So, for those of you that were asking, that's the long story of how the DayZ Standalone is. It's got great potential, but it's just not quite there yet. And I'm stoked. I'm stoked for the final form. So, hope you guys enjoyed watching me running around aimlessly, and have a nice day.
The fucking DayZ are kicking my ass. Oh shit, murder my face. Oh fucking face. This is bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
Gross. That's better.
That was pretty sweet. What the fuck? No! Fuck! What the fuck is that? God damn it!
I'm gonna shit in your 12-year-old sister's mouth.
Can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop.